Hey all friends, welcome back to the channel. Bob here, and this is day 2 of my experiences in Wurm Online. Now, yesterday didn't end particularly well. I think my I kind of came crashing back down to earth with a heavy bump from an expectation point of view. I think that's all. I mean, that's my problem really. I can't really blame the game for that. I mean, you kind of don't realise how old some of these games are. And I came in the game expecting to find a wilderness where I would, need to go out and it would be a struggle for survival, and I wanted to do it all hardcore and whatnot. But what I was kind of greeted with was the medieval version of London, really. I mean, I was literally running around for an hour or two just trying to get out of a developed area, because... again, it's probably my expectations, but I kind of want my experience in the game to be, where I find a wilderness spot and there are things going on around me, and I work my way up, I raise my skills, I build my house, I build my boat, etc., etc., etc. But it's weird. The game feels like one big metropolis. There's just stuff everywhere, and as I said, I mean, that's not a criticism of the game at all. I think the game itself is amazing. The systems seem great, in depth. The world is immersive, but it does feel like a world that is now well lived in, shall we say, like a pair of old shoes that I've had now for quite some time. Yeah, and as I said, for all you Wurm veterans, it's not a criticism of the game. It's just I was hoping to be able to come into the game and explore a wilderness where I would come across interesting things and whatnot. And I guess for me, unfortunately, those interesting things are not really people's houses. I mean, yesterday there were some moments where I loved swimming along the coast for a lot of the time. Coming across someone who's built a house, on the beach or the waterfront. I mean, those experiences are great. You take a screenshot and it looks lovely and stuff. But yeah, my experience, what I was hoping that my experience would be different. I did look at the map. Oh God. Well, there you go. That's something that just happens. I actually hit the spider there. Surely I'm not going to be able to beat a spider. Oh, okay, let's have a go. This is probably an absolute disaster. I did raise my sword skill a bit yesterday. I had this trick where I would pull the mobs to guards. So the guards would kind of effectively tank them, and... mature huge spider wounded. Yeah, the guards would tank them while I would raise my skill. As from what I can tell, you used to just die to a rabbit. But the game now starts you with some pretty good equipment. I mean, I think I've watched a video where someone said, newbies get a QL50 sword. That's amazing. So, ouch. Okay, I think I'm going to win this fight. I think I'm going to beat a huge spider. As I said, I gained a few points in my sword skill, but not a huge amount. You can not automate the attacks. There are some other things here, like focus. I've heard someone talk about. I'm not quite sure what that is. I think it gives you an option for... Wow, so I killed the spider, but what has that done to me? Some light bites. Very light bites and very light bites. So hopefully that may heal over time. Okay. What have I got? Put my carving knife on. Butcher, see what we get. Yeah, so as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by a massive spider, which I managed to kill crazily. Yeah, it's... I think, as I said, my expectations were probably unrealistic. But what I'm going to do today for my second day of playing is I'm going to go and try and find a spot where I feel that I can... I've got some of this stuff already. I'm assuming it's used in recipes and stuff. I'll take the spider eyes. I'll leave the meat because I'm carrying around meat that's rotted anyway. Yeah, so today I'm going to go out and explore and try and find a little spot for myself to start off with. What I've discovered is that there are certain things that are quiet. Let's make sure there's no other monsters around. I guess that one just wandered and found me, or maybe it spawned near me. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's some things quite important. Water seems quite important. Well, obviously very important. Otherwise, you die. But it seems quite hard to come by, actually. I mean, there is a sea, obviously, and every now and again you'll find someone's put a fountain down that I can drink from. But I kind of want to get myself into a position where I can feed and hydrate myself, and then I'll start building, doing a bit of mining, trying to build my first house, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm going to go and do today, and I will come back. When I'm thinking of maybe going down here, because there's water, there's sand. I'm assuming there's probably going to be some clay, maybe. Hopefully there's some. It looks like there might be a cliff face here for me to mine some iron from and stuff. So I'm going to go down to this lake or part of the sea or whatever it may be and have a look. And yeah, I'll come back when I get there. Hello, welcome back. So as you can see, we are. I'm just using my guard tactic to kill off an aged anaconda. Creatures that I think I would probably have no chance of beating, generally. And I must confess, I seem to be missing it a fair bit. But it is increasing my sword skill. So this is a neat little tactic for getting started, I guess, early on. Just to build up some weapon skills. I've started again now because I've reached the lake or the bay or whatever it may be called, and I thought I would show you. It looks lovely. Let's just defeat this anaconda first. Almost there. I mean, I guess these creatures are very tough. I mean, 2 guards and myself getting in a hit every now and again. Yeah, I mean, it's nearly killed this guard on its own. So I guess these are just generally pretty tough. But I'm quite happy to gain the skill using this little tactic here. We'll just do some butchering, see if we get any... I mean, you get quite a lot of meat from the animals, but I'm just wondering if... tooth gland... yeah, I'll pick up these because they don't weigh too much. I'm sure someone out there will know what they're for. Anyway, this is the bay. Looks lovely, atmospheric. I mean, like having a boat and then sailing across that way would be great. But I feel that having a boat and sailing across that way, what I would be faced with is basically what I've been faced with everywhere. And that's just development. Now, I want to point out, you know, it's not a criticism of the game. The game's obviously been going for quite a long time now, and I've come into it at a late point, and my expectation, I know I've kind of repeated myself, but my expectations were a certain thing, and the game is something else. You know, I mean, what I would like to find is just a little somewhere where I can set up, and you could say, we can just set up here, Bob, or you could just set up there, or whatever. This might be quite a good place to set up, because there are some guards nearby. So I can, like, there's a troll over there, a venerable troll, so I could start doing some stuff, yeah, and then kind of, you know, build yourself up a bit, and then like build a boat, and then move on from there and try and find your place in the world. But I kind of want to do that straight away. I kind of wanted things to be hardcore, you know. I did kind of ask for some help in chat. I think the general consensus was, look, just you know, find a guard tower, start doing a few bits and pieces, raise some skills, and go from there. Which seems logical, but I don't know what it is. There's something in my brain that's telling me I don't want to be around other people's settlements. I want to find my own spot. It's like someone's like mined into the. Oh wow! Look at that! I wonder if you could sail a boat through there, couldn't you? Oh, I bet you could. That's awesome. Yeah, it's weird. I guess what I guess what I'm looking for is that fresh experience where, you know, it's new, everyone's kind of doing the same thing, which I understand is unrealistic in a game that's been going on for, you know, however long Wurm has been out for, you know, a number of years. You know, you hear people talking about they've been playing 6 to 8 years and they still feel quite newbie-ish, you know. So I guess what I need to do is get all that stuff out of my head, my expectations, and just you know, just get on with it. Essentially, I mean, I would happily travel over here to try and find a little spot to set up, but I just feel again that when I get there, you know, it's going to be developed, and yeah, this is quite a nice little section here. I'm not sure actually if this. I mean, it might be maybe if there's a. I'm not sure how it works, but if there's an area where someone is. Someone has kind of lived, but they've just let it go. Essentially, I know that buildings start to rot and whatnot. Yeah, so I don't know if you can find yourself a little settlement that someone has left because they're not playing the game anymore, and you can kind of take over that. That might be quite a. Maybe that's the way to go. Yeah. This seems as though it's still someone's still using it. So yeah, I have to say though that this is quite nice actually. This is not as built up as some sections that I've found, and I just want to point out that I have looked on the, if you go, I think wormonlinemaps.com, I have been to the there and looked at the Xanadu map, and there are. I mean, you look at the map and you think, oh god, it actually, you know, a lot of them. Oh, I've just injured myself. A lot of the map is built up actually, but there are sections where there doesn't seem to be anyone at all. Whether that's because, oh geez, okay, whether that's because the people just haven't put it on the map or not, I'm not sure. Yeah, what I might do is just have a little wander over here and see what I can find. But I think ultimately, because there's a guard tower here, I mean, I'm not sure what the etiquette is. You know, it would be, this is a mountain, isn't it? I guess what I'm looking for is, I would like for none of this to be here. None of this. So this is just a fresh spot on the coast where I can put my tent and I can start mining and doing all sorts of stuff. And it just feels a bit like you're not doing it yourself if you settle near someone else. I'm not sure if the psychology of that makes sense. But I guess that's what I was hoping for. Yeah, but this is my progress to date. I've moved to that section that we saw, that section of the coast, and I'm still looking for a section where I feel I'm kind of like Grizzly Adams, I guess. Yeah, but maybe that is not realistic until I can build my own boat and then set out, you know, and do some proper searching. So what I might do is guard tower here to help killing monsters with. So what I might do is, so there's definitely a mountain here that I can, maybe if I go over the bridge, there's definitely a mountain here that I can, I wonder if I can call the guards from here. No, guards too far away, I think. Yeah. Maybe just over here, there doesn't seem to be any houses at all. Maybe I could follow the road along a bit more, actually. Let's go along the road here and see what's there. This section does feel a bit less built up. To my cost, I've noticed that alert animals seem to move quicker, so watch out for those. It really does make sense to be over near the guards section. If I can find somewhere here just to settle down, it's quite good because I can probably drink this water. Taste. Okay. Keep an eye out for monsters. I have to run to the guards. Taste. Yeah, so I can actually drink this water. So I've got a supply of water. With a supply of water, I would guess come certain resources. It looks like there's a wagon up there, so ship transporter. I can hear some ducks, which is awesome. I have to say, like, apart from the development side of things, the game, I just love, you know, the game just feels so atmospheric. Yeah, atmospheric and immersive, very immersive. I can't wait for winter to come. That's going to be awesome. Cave wall. So it looks like someone has... what you can do is prospect for iron. I think I need iron at the moment. That's what I need. You can prospect to see what's going to be here. And see if there's a chance there might be an iron vein. I'm not sure if it doesn't say there is, if it's worth carrying on. You would mine stone rock shards here. That's not really what we want. Maybe someone has already come and done some prospecting and realised that there's not much there. I can hear a fire going there. I can hear burning. And when you hear fire, you've got to watch out for the fire mobs, as it were. This is awesome, though. I mean, this is awesome. I would love to have come here when it was fresh and there was no one here, and you kind of set up and start doing your stuff. Yeah. One thing I haven't been able to find yet is if there is something that tells me inventory. Doesn't seem to be on the inventory unless I need to expand it. Yeah, well, one thing I'm not sure about is yeah, what are the limits for speed decreases with regards to how much you're carrying? I need to try and work that out. I'm sure there's a something that tells me what that is, but okay. So this is certainly this area section certainly seems less developed, and this is like a lovely spot to kind of set up as a Haven server up there. I'm guessing this seems like a lovely spot to set up and do stuff. I might just pitch my tent here. I'm not sure what I'm looking forward to on this, and I know it's just me, but I would just wanted to find a natural wild spot where there's no built roads and there are no wagons. Although it seems though we're coming to the end of the road here. There is some rock that I can mine into. There is a wagon. Oh, can I move the wagon? You pull the wagon a bit. Okay. Examine. Oh, am I? Really? Okay, the maker of the wagon was Ep.3. I do apologise for moving your wagon Ep.3 if you ever watch. Okay, this seems quite promising, actually. We've got dirt, we've got water to drink. I need to make some food. Okay, this seems fine. I think this is kind of what I was looking for. Can I move Ep.3's wagon a bit further out of the way? Move, push. Also, you get like I wonder if your strength goes up when you push something. You push the wagon a bit. I'm not actually sure that's gone anywhere. Let's try that again. Push. Is there a pushing skill? I love. I mean, as you know, I love watching numbers go up. Just here, you can change. I think cats purr. Thank you very much for the tip. I think you can change this so you can see the small increments, which I think I'm probably going to do. Oh. Okay, if you ever get stuck in the water, just click climb, and you will climb out of the water. I did panic at one point when that happened to me. So this okay. I think I may have found a spot. It's a shame this wagon's here. I don't really seem to be moving it, if I'm honest. No, I guess that kind of makes sense if it's owned by someone else, you know. I guess I probably can't turn it another way either by looks things. Oh, jeez. Sorry, all these newbie mistakes. Okay, so I may have found a spot where I can create my own mine and pitch my tent. Yeah, so I will get that done and then come back again. Hello guys, welcome back. This is the end of the video. This is the my closing of day 2. Sitting here by my campfire, cooking some insect meat, but I don't feel as though I'm doing it correctly. I can just eat the meat, but I think you can combine things to make other recipes, and I think you need to get a pot to cook things in, that kind of thing. So yeah, yeah, I'm sure I'm doing that incorrectly, but that's for another day. So this is yeah, the end of day 2 playing Wurm Online, and it's been an immersive, frustratingly immersive experience, I think I would call it. It's a great game. I love all the systems. I love the world, but finding somewhere that isn't built up is pretty difficult. And I guess that's kind of what I was hoping for when I came into the game. But you know, you've got to accept that and try and move on, get around it, you know, that kind of thing. So that's what today has been about. I keep trying to take screenshots for some reason. That's what today has been about. This is my tent. The tent you can put down, and it allows you to you respawn at your tent, I think, rather than respawning at your starter town. So I'll go through some things I've been doing. I've been raising some skills, been going up pretty well. Body strength is now 20. Body stamina is 20 as well. Mind logic. So these are all my stats that are going up. If you right click on these, and I would recommend right clicking and go find on Wurmpedia on everything, because it gives you all the information you need. I've been doing a fair amount of fighting. Long sword skill is just over 7. Mining just over 8. Woodcutting is 5. I'm still in the same area where you found me. Now my it's weird it's a sandbox game where I understand obviously limitations in any game, but there are so many things in this game that prevent you doing the things you want to do kind of in a sandbox game. So you go somewhere and you might want to dig something, but it's too steep, so you need a higher skill, which I guess fine, you know. I mean, you think you kind of think just me trying to dig into a hillside wouldn't be too difficult, just so I can start mining, but that's not an option until you get higher in skill. Trying to place stuff down, you know, if you place it on someone else's property, and to be honest with you, someone else's land everywhere, so that can sort of be an issue. Yeah, and and as I kind of said at the start of this section of the video, it's a frustratingly immersive experience so far, but one that I'm going to carry on investigating and you know, and hopefully enjoy playing and get to where I want to be. It's as I said, I mean, you know, I don't need to just repeat myself again, but you know, my expectations were high, but I didn't take into account the fact that it's an old game, and you know, and the servers have got a lot of development on them. That's on me. That's fine. You know, we won't discuss that anymore. As far as the ability to do things go, I'm not going to give you my opinion. I'm just going to tell you. I'm just going to give it to you in numbers, because I did make a note. Creating a tunnel in the wall, which you could do here if you wanted. You need a rock face. So creating a tunnel in the wall and moving in. I think I've moved in 3 squares or 3 sections. That took me an hour and a half to 2 hours to do that. And I will leave that up to you to decide on whether that is the sort of time investment that you want to put in. I'm kind of looking for an iron vein, so I can start doing some iron, building some bits and pieces myself. I haven't found one yet, and as you can see, looking at the time that takes, you know, mining takes a long time. But you need to decide whether that, you know, if you're looking at the game and you think, oh, it's quite interesting, I'd like to give it a go, you've got to decide if that's yeah, if that's something that you want to do. Other stuff, other activities are quicker, like chopping down trees and all that kind of thing. That's much quicker. Mining definitely seems to be the slowest thing that I've done so far. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to move my... Can I just take all that like that? Yeah. I'm going to move my... I think I'm going to. I think we're. Am I running? Yeah, I'm running slower. I'm going to move my. What I'm going to do is going to move my tent over to where the guard tower is. That seems to be the most logical thing. I can come back here and tomorrow I can come back here and maybe do some more mining. I think you've got to take into account that I kind of want to play the game. I want to do everything myself. You know, from a hardcore perspective. But that is clearly not the most efficient way of doing things. You know, somewhere over here, I think there's a mine somewhere that I can, where there's always an iron vein, which I'm looking for myself. So the most efficient thing for me to do would be to just go into this iron mine over here that someone has created, and yeah, just mine some iron ore and start building some stuff, raising the skills and things like that. I might do that depending on how things go. But that's kind of not what I wanted to do. I would like to do what I'm kind of doing back there myself, essentially, and that is, you know, mine myself to get to a point where I find some iron ore, you know, of my own. Some little iron, so nice little iron ore of my own without taking someone else's. I should probably have started up here actually. So I was closer to the tower, but anyway, not a problem. Yeah, so the most efficient thing for me to do, I think, would be, if you're coming into the game, the most efficient thing for you to do would be to yeah, just piggyback off of someone else's work, I guess, essentially. You know, if you can find a mine that's already got some iron in it that you can mine, then you can start raising your skills. You know, you could potentially then you know, that's probably the most efficient thing to do. You could then raise your blacksmithing skills, so you can then create better mining picks, which means that your mining will go quicker. Bear in mind also that my skills have been going up. You know, so it's not like I haven't got anything from it. If I look at my skills, yeah, so my body strength and control, I've got a point in each of those, pretty much those two. Mining has gone up, you know. I've gained, I think it starts off at 1, does it? Maybe. So I've gained 10, nearly 11 points there. So I'm kind of gaining skills. Things are moving forward, but yeah, if I was being more efficient, then I think the logical thing to do would be to just piggyback off of this mine here, which I think has got some iron ore in. So I can then start raising my blacksmithing skill, make myself some better tools, improved tools, etc., etc. So that would probably be, yeah, that would probably be the thing to do. I've just come into the game with my own expectations, what I want to do, and I've just found it a bit difficult, essentially. Yeah, but we'll see how things go tomorrow. Tomorrow will be day 3. And I'll have a think about what I want to do. I think I'll probably still. Well, I think at the moment I've only played for a couple of days, so I think at the moment I will probably still attempt to do things myself. And I'll stubbornly try and find that iron vein tomorrow if I can, from a little mine up there. Yeah, I'll probably pitch my tent. I'm not sure if I can pitch my tent here because it might be on someone else's land. I guess I should just. I should just test that out. Where's my tent? There we go. Drop place. Okay. Drop place. Cannot place it that far away. Okay. Let's just do drop on ground. Okay, yes, I can place my tent anywhere, essentially. You can store stuff in your tent as well, and I think it's safe. I don't think people can access it. Not that I've seen anyone today. I've literally just been me here. So I might drop my tent here tomorrow. Yeah, I think the problem is I'm kind of all about immersion and role playing, and this just looks stupid to me. You know, pitching my tent anywhere here just feels stupid. You know, but that's just the game. You know, that's the game. That's how it works. I'd rather I was pitching it on a sandy beach and there was nothing else here. But there you go. I'll keep going on about that. I'm sorry. It's just you know, tomorrow will be different, hopefully. But anyway, this is the end of day 2. I'm loving the game, and it is super immersive, and there are loads of systems, and there are so many things I want to do. Yeah, and so hopefully we'll get there. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.